Hi, everybody. This is Gino Vanelli. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program.
Today on Rainbow Country, the Toronto International Film Festival 2020. We get the inside scoop, plus a flashback to my 2018 TIFF interview with award-winning director of the cult classic documentary Cocaine Cowboys, Billy Corben, and Rainbow Country contributor, musician and LGBT activist Anna Goodmanis shares her thoughts on LGBT athletes and COVID-19. Plus, in Hour 2, music from LGBT artists, independent artists, plus voices that you know and love in classic disco, classic 80s, classic house. Stay tuned for Gay Talk Radio right here on Rainbow Country.
Hi, this is Carol Pope.
Hi, I'm Garrett Conley, author of Boy Erased, a memoir.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Segato.
Hi, I'm Gord Depp of the Spoons. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Rainbow Country, as I like to call it, a little gay radio show working to give voice to the LGBT community and beyond. As always, I am your tour guide through Rainbow Country. I'm Mark Tara. By the way, Rainbow Country originates from CIUT-FM in Toronto, the sound of your city. And now proudly in syndication on Bombshell Radio, Love Your Indie, a 24/7 streaming outlet. And real music, real ideas, real people, CKUW-FM, Winnipeg. The Juice, CJUC-FM, Whitehorse, plus the mighty CKCU-FM, Ottawa, and the voice of the Haliburton Highlands, Canoe FM, Haliburton. So whether you're listening in the Yukon, the prairies, Ontario's cottage country, Southern Ontario, online, or even in Buffalo, New York, it is because of you, listening, streaming, downloading, that has taken this little gay program and made it into a syndicated radio show and a #1 LGBT podcast. And last week, Rainbow Country was #2 on Podomatic's Gay and Lesbian chart. So, today, what's on tap? Well, TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival 2020, is going ahead. And we're going to get the inside scoop from Director of Audience and Community at TIFF, Keith Bennie. And a flashback to my 2018 TIFF interview with award-winning director Billy Corben, who talks about his documentary Screwball, about the 2013 doping scandal that took down Alex Rodriguez. And in Hour 2, music from LGBT artists, independent artists, plus voices that you know and love in classic disco, classic 80s, classic house. But up first, Rainbow Country contributor, musician and LGBT activist Anna Goodmanis shares her thoughts on LGBT athletes and COVID-19.
With the WNBA and the NBA now having restarted, my mind is on sports. I find myself wondering just how safe these so-called athlete bubbles really are. All humans are susceptible to COVID, and superstar athletes are no exception. However, only the queer athletes are potential targets of homophobia and transphobia. From where I sit, the WNBA has done an infinitely better job of making openly queer athletes feel safe. During the telecast of the recent WNBA Sparks-Mercury game, the commentators noted that Brittany Griner's wife was sitting in the athlete family viewing area. Several other WNBA superstars are out and proud as well. But can you even imagine an NBA commentator casually referring to so-and-so's husband, cheering him on in the stands? To date, only Jason Collins has dared to come out as gay, and he did that after retiring from the NBA. In a February interview with Outsports, Collins noted that no other NBA athlete has dared to come out during the 7 years that have passed since his brave act. This fear of coming out in professional male team sports applies equally to the NHL, NFL, and MLB. Collins has been trying to support and champion LGBTQ athletes across the U.S. as an NBA community ambassador. Here in Canada, former Olympic gold medal winning swimmer Mark Tewksbury has been doing similar work for decades and with a lot more success. However, the male athletes who have joined him in coming out are not professional team sport players. For years now, we've been told that an NHL player or two will come out, but this has simply not happened. The fear of stepping forward described by Jason Collins seems to silence Major League male players across North America. The best efforts of wonderful straight allies like Brian Burke, who began the well-known anti-homophobia campaign You Can Play well over 8 years ago, seem not to have minimized homophobia in male Major League sport locker rooms, and neither have all the rainbow game nights hosted by virtually all major leagues. Here's a thought. Just as more white ally athletes need to step up in the fight against racism, more straight and cisgendered major league athletes need to step up against homophobia and transphobia. It is one thing to post supportive messages on social media, as several NBA superstars did after Jason Collins came out. But it is entirely another thing to undertake a serious, sustained campaign to make leagues safe for queer players. Silence is violence, and more athletes need to speak out to make their sports safe for all. This is singer-songwriter and community activist Anna Gutmanis for Rainbow Country. You can reach me at www.annagutmanis.com.
Canada's LGBTQ2+ archives just released Out North, an archive of queer activism and kinship in Canada. Order a copy from your local bookstore to dive into hundreds of loud and proud stories and photos of historical queer life in Canada from pre-1939 to today. Get your copy from your local bookstore. Out North, an archive of queer activism and kinship in Canada.
Hi, this is Emily Saliers from Indigo Girls, and you're listening to Rainbow Country.
Up next, the Director of Audience and Community at TIFF, Keith Bennie, fills us in on the Toronto International Film Festival 2020.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Whoa! You guys are excited, aren't you? Hello, Toronto!
This is a very exciting night for us.
I'm really freaking excited to be here tonight.
What a great audience.
I'm so excited to be here. It's such a great honor.
And I'm so honored to be able to show my film to this august crowd.
What's really fun is people who love film, and you are all that. And we're very proud and happy to be here with all of you.
We should not be afraid to tell stories because we are afraid that people will judge.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity and a platform to be able to showcase our work as female filmmakers.
This is for my parents who couldn't come, so thank you.
I just realised what TIFF actually stands for. Toronto is fucking fantastic.
This is the story of our city, and we're a very proud city, and I want the world to see it.
Keith, Bennie, hi, how are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. We're living through a pandemic, a global pandemic, thanks to COVID-19. How have you been coping?
I have been coping as best as possible. Working from home for a long time now and trying to find productive ways to get out of the house. It's a lot of change in the last few months, that's for sure.
Yeah. You are the Director of Audience and Community at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. First of all, what does that mean? What does that entail?
Yeah, so we approach the audience and community team at the Lightbox as the team that is tasked with bringing audiences together in many different ways through our year-round programming and at the festival in September. And so we do that through talks and panels and workshops and residencies that focus on bringing youth into the organization, creating long-term programming partnerships with community partners throughout the GTA, and really looking for unique opportunities to connect audiences with filmmakers, with storytellers, to learn how films are made.
And during this global pandemic, how challenging has it been to do what it is that you do, with everyone, being at home essentially?
Yeah, it's been very challenging. What I just described to you there is, our primary mission is to bring people together, right? And so when we are able to do that at the Lightbox, it's usually in our cinemas, it's in our learning studios, it's in our library. And, as of March of this year, like many places, we had to shut that down. So our home has been closed for 5 months, and so we've had to think on our feet very quickly and try to innovate ways to still bring audiences together and create community and to connect people online, because also I think we recognize at this time that people need film, people need storytelling, people need outlets
to escape.
To escape, exactly. So we're all hearing the headlines and trying to regulate as much as possible what good news is good news, and what news you need to read just to keep on top of things. But we see TIFF as playing a role in helping to provide that escape for people who are looking to enjoy the movies and connect with filmmakers and hear from actors during this challenging time.
There was, I think it was TIFF at Home, Cinema at Home, and Cameron Bailey was doing interviews on Instagram with, filmmakers, that sort of thing. Were you part of that?
Yeah. So, that was, an initiative we started about 10 days after our building shut down. It was very much to answer that question: how can we bring people together during that time? And so we reached out to our lead sponsor, Bell, who, TIFF Bell Lightbox, it's in the name of the building, and they've been our closest partner now for many, many years. And so we worked with them to create a talk series that would bring audiences together with a filmmaker or an actor, and then send everyone who's watching to Crave on the Bell platform,
right,
to watch that film together. And so it was our way of recreating what we do in cinema in a digital space. And so Cameron would engage in conversations with those actors and directors to hear what they're doing at this present moment, and then to revisit the film that we were watching that night, and then to watch along and tweet together on Twitter. So it was a creative way to try to bring that all together, and I worked together with Cameron on reaching out to that talent who themselves was at home, not working on film productions, not on set. They too were living through this moment, so it was a really interesting way to connect with them at a time when we were all feeling the same thing.
Yeah. And Cameron Bailey and Joanna Vicente, they are the two co-heads of TIFF. And that's
right.
exciting.
Yeah. And, this TIFF has gone through a number of different evolutions over the last year. After our CEO, Pierce Handling, retired, Cameron and Joanna became our co-heads and are really leading us through the next phase of TIFF. And of course, this next phase has been a lot of challenges in our way, given the building shutdown and the inability for individuals to travel internationally, which is usually the feature of our festival.
So TIFF 2020 is happening. It's happening. It's going to be a hybrid of in person and digital. But was there ever a time when you guys were thinking that maybe TIFF 2020 might be canceled? Was that a thought?
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of worry there around which path feels like the right one to take. We saw a number of different organizations like South by Southwest and the Cannes Film Festival who decided not to move ahead this year. And they too were very close to the timing of the shutdown. Whereas with TIFF, we did have a bit of a larger runway, right, with September, being a few months in the future. So we had a number of conversations about what the possible paths were in the various scenarios. As an organization, we felt that if we could do it safely and within the parameters of, the kind of global health pandemic, so with the borders being closed, with audiences, watching more things at home, we would move forward. And so, that's where this hybrid model has come from. It's the idea that we really want to deliver on a film festival this year, both for our audience members, but for filmmakers as well, to be able to celebrate these films that have been created so that not everything is pushed into the future indefinitely, but that we can try to find a productive path that we think we're able to deliver on this year.
50 full-length films and 5 short film programs. Are there any films that stand out to you?
Yeah, certainly. And so even just off the top, what I might say is that you're right. In a normal year, we may have 250 plus films at TIFF. So no one person can see all films within the 10-day period. This year, that might be possible because, as you mentioned, we have 50 feature films and 5 short film programs. So even though it's a smaller slate of films, it very much still reflects what you'd see each and every year at TIFF. It has first-rate international cinema, there's documentaries, shorts programs, and the very best films from our Canadian creators. This year, there's a strong representation of films by women. There's 46% of films are directed or co-directed by women. 54% of films are directed by people of color, Black, Indigenous, or people of color filmmakers. And these selections reflect our ongoing commitment to try to center the voices of underrepresented people. And so we're really proud of those 50 films and the short film selections that will kind of encapsulate the whole program this year. But you had asked films that stand out, and so I'm happy to highlight some of those there. Ammonite is a film I'm really excited about. It's a film directed by Francis Lee, and it stars Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan, and it's a love story between a paleontologist and a wealthy kind of grieving widow in 19th century Dorset. And Kate Winslet is someone who's been to TIFF before, and she gives a really incredible performance in this film. And so that is also an LGBTQ plus title. One I think will be of interest to audiences who like to see kind of same-sex love stories on screen. Another I'll highlight is called No Ordinary Man. This is a Canadian film by Ainslie Chinyi and Chase Joint. And it's about the legacy of Billy Tipton, who was a 20th century jazz musician and a trans icon. And they've really explored Billy Tipton's life in an interesting way in the film, bringing together a group of contemporary trans artists to reflect on Billy's journey in relation to their own identity as trans artists.
Is that film a documentary?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It's a documentary, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nomadland is another one I'll highlight. This is an interesting film too, in which this year is a really unique and special one. And what we have done is come together much closer with our other film festivals. So we're trying to work as closely as possible this year and not compete for films. And so Nomadland, which is directed by Chloe Zhao and it stars Frances McDormand, is a film that will play at both TIFF and Venice, and we'll also have a special screening in Los Angeles through the Telluride Film Festival. So all of us kind of working together to present this film and to connect it with audiences this year. And it looks to be a really kind of beautiful look at the vast landscape of the American West in this idea of a present day kind of nomad.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So those are three that kind of stand out that I've seen that I'm really excited about.
Yeah. And so in terms of the way that TIFF 2020 is going to run, essentially, it's going to be, like I said before, a hybrid of digital and in-person. And in-person, it's going to be at the TIFF Bell Lightbox. How is that going to work? Is it going to be a certain number of people allowed in? Can you shed any light on that?
Yeah, so when we say in person, those screenings will be in person at the Lightbox, like you mentioned. And so that each cinema at the Lightbox will have a capacity of 50 people. And we're working very closely with the province of Ontario, the city of Toronto, and public health officials to ensure that these screenings are done with the number one priority being the health and the well-being of the festival audience and the residents of everyone in the city. So we're working very closely, with those kind of government bodies to ensure that everything we're doing is within good practice that they're setting out for all businesses who are gathering people together in this way. So those in-person screenings at the Lightbox will be a capacity of 50 people per cinema. But when we also say in person, we mean outdoor screenings as well. And we can talk a little further about those. Mm-hmm. But those are the drive-in screenings and the outdoor screenings we're also planning. So when we say in person, that's when we bring people together in live spaces to watch films.
Okay.
And then the digital is all those screenings that will happen, in people's homes so that they can rent something from us. They can rent an official film selection and watch it at home with their family and with their friends.
In terms of the drive-ins and the open-ear cinemas, it's going to be at Visa Skyline Drive-In at City View, RBC Lakeside Drive-In at Ontario Place, and West Island Open Ear Cinema at Ontario Place, and as well as the TIFF Bell Lightbox. That's all considered in person. And then you can watch at home. So are there films that are going to be shown in person and you can also watch online as well?
Yeah, that for most of the films, there will be an in-person screening. So they'll have their premiere screening, for instance, at a drive-in.
Okay.
And then the film will probably the next day or very soon after will go online digitally for audiences to rent and watch that film at home.
Okay.
So there are really two opportunities for an audience to see most films, either at an in-person screening if they want to purchase, a space at one of the drive-ins, or if they would prefer to stay home and rent that film and watch it at home.
And in terms of the tickets that people are getting, is it the typical sort of you pick certain number of films, that sort of thing, or is it just one film at a time?
So audiences, how everything's working is it will happen in a very similar way to how audiences would purchase tickets for the festival if they were buying a ticket for a venue. Audiences will, as of August 25th, I think, is when we start opening our ticket requests online. So audiences would purchase a ticket in the same way to a drive-in, and they would also purchase access to a film digitally. So it would be like I'm purchasing a ticket to the digital premiere of Nomadland. Or I want to purchase a ticket to the drive-in screening of that same film. Granted, in this year, we'll have to do a lot of communication about how all of these things are working, because like our audience will see, it's all new to us as well. So, even just mentioning those 4 open air cinemas, the drive-ins, we'll have a map on our website about, these locations and where audiences can find them. I think we know that a big part of how our festival will operate this year is us trying to be as clear as possible in our communication about how audiences are taking part, because it's all new. We're trying to kind of make it up as we go along, and directing people to where to go and how to best engage will be one of the key things that's on our agenda for this year.
So when someone goes to the TIFF Bell Lightbox to see a film, are masks required during the screening?
So yeah, there will be parameters that we publish about what it means to attend a screening at the Lightbox. And, I had mentioned, we're working closely with all of the government partners to define what that experience looks like. I'll also mention we've partnered with a group called MedCan, which is a global healthcare leader that provides kind of medical consultation expertise to be able to do events like this safely. So we have that group at our disposal too, to define what the guidelines of audiences coming into that space and participating in a screening in that way will look like. So all of the protocols that we take on at the Lightbox will be in line with what the government is requiring for businesses that are operating indoor spaces as well.
Understood. So this might be a little technical, Keith, Bennie, but TIFF is creating an app that's going to come out on September 9th. Is that for the screening aspect?
So we've, before the pandemic, we didn't have a digital way that audiences could watch films. We were very much a brick and mortar organization. If you wanted to watch a film at TIFF, you purchased a ticket and you showed up at a venue. But when our building shut down in March, we knew that we needed to find a partner to help us present digital screenings in September. And so we've partnered with a group, we have a platform developer named Shift 72, which has kind of become an industry leader in digital film festival screenings. And so we'll have a portal that Shift 72 creates for us, a kind of digital screening platform where audiences will get to watch these kind of digital premieres. And there will be multiple ways that they can do that. That can happen on their laptop, like they would, I watch Netflix on my laptop, for instance, and so I could watch a digital TIFF rental on my laptop in that same way. But we also will have a TIFF app, meaning that audiences could access that same digital platform through their phones. They could watch a film rental through their phones, but also watch through Chromecast capability with the digital platform for audience members to rent that digital film on their computer and then throw it to their television. And like I mentioned before about the communication of that, we're certainly going to try to make as clear as possible how audiences can do that in their own homes for those who may not have utilized that capability before.
Yeah, exciting. So, random question, but is King Street going to be closed off at all or anything?
That's a great question. So one key thing is that another facet of the festival, which not everyone may know, is that we have a very large industry delegation who comes to Toronto during TIFF. There's usually over 3,000 industry delegates that come here, and these are members of the press, members of the film industry, and they're here to see films, but also to participate in the kind of industry culture around festivals. And so, unfortunately, that's not possible this year. We've asked all industry members to stay home, to not come to Toronto, and instead to participate digitally. So there'll be an industry kind of portal where those delegates will participate online. And so I don't expect that we'll have the same energy and crowds, gathering on King Street. There is no festival street this year, for instance. That's something we usually have. But, in the same way that other groups are not bringing people together for large gatherings. We are focused on, doing safe gatherings through the drive-ins in a very distanced way, and any kind of indoor gatherings like the Lightbox gatherings to be under that group of 50 that has been prescribed. So I think King Street will look a lot different than it has in past years. I think you'll see the energy and the buzz of King Street shifted to TIFF social channels. So our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook will have a lot of content being broadcast there. And so our hope is that, as we've all kind of made the shift to communicating more online, that is where we'll see a very similar energy to what you'd feel on King Street translated into a lot of those online channels.
And there's something else that's new. I think this is the second year for the TIFF Tribute Awards. And this year it's going to be broadcast on CTV.
Yeah, that's right. As you mentioned, it's the second year. Last year, it was a new initiative we did. And, TIFF's position in the film festival circuit really is seen as the start of the Academy Awards season. A number of key performances and a number of key films that come out of the festival usually create buzz and momentum for those creators for the Oscars and for award season contention. And the Tribute Gala really is to highlight a lot of those great performances that we think will be the performances that people will be talking about for the year. And so last year we gathered together people at the Royal York for a big gala event. And this year, of course, that's not possible. But we have partnered together with Bell, and the Tribute Gala will be broadcast this year on CTV. And it is the hope that we're able to still kind of highlight those amazing performances, those amazing members of our industry who deserve the recognition they deserve this year, but to do it in a more broadcast way.
Yeah. And that's going to happen on Tuesday, September 15th at 8 p.m. on CTV. And you've got people like Sir Anthony Hopkins. You were mentioning Chloe Zhao and Mira Neer. These are all like recipients and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, these are our kind of Tribute Gala recipients this year. In our first year, the actors that were profiled were Meryl Streep and Joaquin Phoenix. And this year, Sir Anthony Hopkins and Kate Winslet are the two actors that we have decided to really highlight and celebrate both their performances in the films that they're attached to at the festival this year, but also for their larger body of work. Really recognizing their incredible contributions to on-screen kind of presence. Chloe Zhao, is the recipient of the Director Award this year. Mira Nair for the Impact Award. And there will be one or two others that we will continue to kind of round out that group over the next few weeks. But it is really a chance for the film community during the festival to come together and celebrate some of those kind of giants in our industry.
And tickets for the festival, people can access them as of when?
So the official film schedule will be announced on our website on August 25th. And so that's when everyone will see all the various events that are happening throughout the course of the festival. And then, that's also where tickets start going on sale after that date. And so, based on, if someone's a member of TIFF, they have kind of early access to some of the tickets, and public individual tickets go on sale September 5th.
September 5th. Okay, for the public.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything that really you're super excited about in this 2020 format of TIFF?
Yeah, I'll just say more generally, it's been such an amazing year, such a challenging year, but so inspiring to see the ways in which just we as an organization have come together and worked cross department and fast and furious to try to put our best foot forward. These kind of digital premieres and these outdoor screenings are all very new to us. So it'll be very interesting to see how audiences respond to it. We've spent many weeks and many months trying to pull together what we think is will be a very strong festival this year, and I'm really excited to start sharing it with audiences in later August.
Well said, Keith. Bennie, I have to say thank you again for your time and sharing all of this information. Well done.
Of course, thank you. No, it's I'm really excited that we'll be able to share this with audiences, and we have a few more events too, which we will announce that on that August 25th date. So there is a bit more to come, some things we're still trying to pull together. But it is our hope that, Toronto can come together and celebrate and give some good news and some fun to kind of, try to brighten everyone's mood, because we know it has been a really challenging year.
Yeah. Well done. Well said, Keith. Bennie, thanks again for your time, and thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Mark. I always appreciate whenever I receive an invitation, so it was really nice to speak with you today.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Whoa! You guys are excited, aren't you?
Hello, Toronto!
This is a very exciting night for us.
I'm really freaking excited to be here tonight.
What a great audience.
I'm so excited to be here. It's such a great honor.
I'm so honored to be able to show my film to this august crowd.
What's really fun is people who love film, and you are all that. And we're very proud and happy to be here with all of you.
We should not be afraid to tell stories because we are afraid that people will judge.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity and a platform to be able to showcase our work as female filmmakers.
This is for my parents who couldn't come, so thank you. I'm going to prove it to them. I did it!
I've just realised what TIFF actually stands for. Toronto is fucking fantastic.
This is the story of our city, and we're a very proud city, and I want the world to see it.
So, just to recap, some LGBT films to look out for at TIFF 2020. Ammonite, a love story between a solitary paleontologist and a wealthy grieving wife in 19th century Dorset, starring Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan. Nomadland, starring Frances McDermott in an intimate portrayal of life as a modern-day nomad. And No Ordinary Man, the legacy of Billy Tipton, a 20th century American jazz musician and trans icon. For more information on TIFF 2020, tiff.net.
My name is Charles Officer, and I'm the writer and director of Invisible Essence, The Little Prince. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
Up next, a flashback to my 2018 TIFF interview with award-winning director Billy Corbin, who talks Screwball, his documentary about the 2013 Major League Baseball doping scandal that took down New York Yankees Alex Rodriguez.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Whoa! You guys are excited, aren't you?
Hello, Toronto!
This is a very exciting night for us.
I'm really freaking excited to be here tonight.
What a great audience.
I'm so excited to be here. It's such a great honor.
I'm so honored to be able to show my film to this august crowd.
What's really fun is people who love film, and you are all that. And we're very proud and happy to be here with all of you.
We should not be afraid to tell stories because we are afraid that people will judge.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity and a platform to be able to showcase our work as female filmmakers.
This is for my parents who couldn't come, so thank you. I'm going to prove it to them. I did it!
I just realised what TIFF actually stands for. Toronto is fucking fantastic.
This is the story of our city, and we're a very proud city, and I want the world to see it.
So I am here with the director of the new documentary Screwball, Billy Corbin. How are you?
Tired. Thank you for asking.
Okay, TIFF 2018. You are here at TIFF 2018. How excited and how tired are you to be part of TIFF 2018? First of all, how excited are you to be part of TIFF 2018?
I've been to Toronto 3 times, never been invited to the Toronto International Film Festival. So it was a pretty big thrill just to get in. And I was certainly anxious, about it. Just, this is something we worked very, very hard on. To show it for the very first time ever last night to the public, to an audience. I was also nervous because, TIFF has huge movies, huge stars. Like, you're literally competing with Julia Roberts and Hugh Jackman and Chris Pine and
Billy Corbin.
Well, that's the thing, is who the hell wants to come and see our thing? Meanwhile, we sold out. So you have an audience here that's not just here for the stars, but that is legit here to support unique movies, different movies, docs. Which is I think I was nervous about. Is anybody going to show up to our thing? When there's so much. You just stand on the red carpet all day and see some of the biggest stars in the world. So that was incredibly encouraging, and we had in 20 plus years of doing this, I think we had the best audience, or one of the best audiences easily that we've ever had. Like, they were just along for the ride. You make a movie and then you wonder, is anybody going to get it? You have a vision. You want to, if you're making a comedy, you hope it's funny. So and the audience laughed, and they heckled when you wanted them to heckle, and they groaned when you wanted them to groan, and it was just encouraging and really wonderful.
How tired are you?
Very. On a scale of 1 to 10, 11. But it was a great night last night, and nerve wracking, but ultimately very cathartic. I breathed a real sigh of relief, and then filled that mouth with whiskey. Is big sigh, lots of whiskey. It was awesome.
I have to say thank you for bringing Florida fuckery to Canada tariff-free. So thank you for that.
Yes, I should. Despite the fact that your dairy industry is a threat to our national security, obviously, we'll have to forgive you for that, I guess, or whatever.
In your words, Screwball, what is this documentary about? In your words.
It's about an hour and 45 minutes.
And?
It is about it's like, this is funny. No one's ever asked me this question before somehow. Well, we just premiered last night, so give me a second. What the hell is it about? It is about...
Because I think it's important for the directors to get the director's point of view, because your vision may not necessarily be how other people interpret your work, right?
Which I think is wonderful, and why I'm hesitating, I think, with my response to this very basic question. Very good question, but very simple. What the hell is your movie about? Because we've enjoyed, I think, hearing in the last 12 hours or so some of the different interpretations of it. The takeaway, why we did this, what is the takeaway, what is the conversation you want. I would say documentaries are only the start of a conversation. Because in 2 hours, you can only fit so much in there. You want the audience to walk away and hopefully, I say a good movie lasts 2 hours. You sit through the whole damn thing, right? A great movie lasts at least till dinner conversation afterwards, or through dinner conversation afterwards. And a classic is one that every few years you wake up and go, remember that movie? And, I'm still thinking about it, or I'm still revisiting it or watching it again. That's what you always hope to accomplish. With this one, ultimately at its basic level, it is about the biogenesis steroid scandal in Major League Baseball that ultimately brought down the most famous and highest paid baseball player in history, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. But really what it is this kind of Coen Brothers, Elmore Leonard, Carl Hyacin-esque.
It's very funny.
Thank you. And that was the goal. That's the thing. You don't know. It's like, is anybody else going to think this is funny? That's a relief that you say that. But like, ultimately, it is just sort of like this misguided heist movie. It's just this weird, only in Miami kind of a story. And that, yes, the highest paid baseball player of all time, his career was ended. He was brought down over a $4,000 debt. Between this or to this, cocaine addicted fake doctor and his tanorexic, fake tan addicted, performance enhancing drug patient. And that's what happened. And so that's really what it's about, and just how bizarre and completely unlikely this entire set of circumstances are.
Why did you want to do this movie now? Why tell this story now?
It's a great question, particularly with documentaries. The story usually has to ripen. This is theoretically a 5-year-old story, just happened in 2013. The story, the Miami New Times broke this scandal. And the simple answer is that the characters reached out to us. Anthony Bosch and Porter Fisher, not friends, incidentally, mortal enemies. In fact, the origin of that is told in and aftermath is told in the movie. But they reached out to us. First, Tony Bosch, on his way to federal prison, reached out to us. And less than a year later, Porter Fisher, the whistleblower, who ultimately took the medical records to the Miami New Times and blew the lid off the whole thing. They came to us and were interested in telling their story, just, again, independent of each other. And I'm not a big believer in this, but if ever the universe was trying to tell us, you have to do this now, that seemed to be it. I mean, what else can you ask for other than the two central figures, the main figures in the story coming to you and saying, we want to tell our story. My producing partner, Alfred Spellman, often jokes that, people's first call when they get out of prison is to their mother, and their second call is to us at Raconteur. So it turned out to be very true in this case.
In 2006, Cocaine Cowboys was apparently edited in your apartment?
Yeah, the year and a half preceding 2006. Yeah, I had a 2-bedroom, and one of the bedrooms we converted into a makeshift editing room, and our producing partner David Sipkin and I spent like a year in like solitary confinement, and
editing. So in 2018. Screwball, where was Screwball edited?
At our office in Miami Beach. We have an office in South Beach.
You've moved on. You've moved up.
Down in the state, but up in the world, I guess. Yeah.
So at one point, you were an actor. And you did a pilot for Reality Check with 2-time Academy Award-winning actress Hilary Swank.
Christ. This is unbelievable.
So my question to you
is... This is your life or something. Billy Corbin, this is your life.
This is your...
Childhood. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, your fuckery life. My question is, you were an actor at one point, and now you're directing. What made you make the switch? Did you always want to be a director? Were you disillusioned with acting? Why make that switch?
Oh, God. I guess I was what you would call a child actor, minus all of the, negative inferences that often brings with it. I had a very wonderful experience and very supportive parents. It was a hobby of mine in childhood. So by the time I got to be 15, I retired, and it just wasn't something that, kids play baseball as kids, and you take piano lessons or dance lessons, and only a very finite number of slim fraction of a percent of people actually go on to pursue that in any way. So that was all it was. In Miami in the 80s, there was a lot of exciting opportunities for actors. I saw a friend on television in a Sears commercial riding a bicycle, and I was like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to do that. I was not athletically inclined like my younger brother was, who was a sensational athlete. I struck out at my first at-bat at North Miami Beach Optimist T-ball. That's the one with the ball's on a stick, and you just have to connect with it. I connected with the T. That's a strike, as it turns out. I learned that the hard way, so I was not going to have a childhood of playing athletics after school, so I went to auditions and wound up having a really wonderful career as a kid, doing commercials for everything you could possibly imagine. Wound up the last 2 pilots I did in LA were both, Hillary was in both of them. Hillary Swank was in both of them. And that show not getting picked up changed our lives for the better. Everyone involved, in fact, for the for the better. If that show had been picked up, it would have ruined all of our lives and our careers. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. That was oh my God, that's a whole story in and of itself. But to answer your question, one of the first big things I ever did after commercials in Miami was I was in a movie called Parenthood. With Steve Martin and Keanu Reeves and Mary Steenburgen and Diane Wiest, and it was a ridiculous cast. I mean, amazing. They shot it in Orlando, Universal Studios, Florida. It was one of the first things that was shot in there. They were still building the theme park at the time. It was creepy. It was just like, it was thousands and tens of thousands of acres, and then the Psycho House just in the middle of it. It was with spotlight on it every night. It was really creepy. I'll never forget it. And because they did Psycho 4, they shot that movie there. And so we made this movie, and Ron Howard directed it, who was, of course, also himself a recovering child actor. And I was incredibly impressed with him. And he knew everybody's name. He was ridiculously friendly. It was a family affair. His brother was in it. His dad was in it. His daughter was in it. It was just like this kind of wonderful, very nurturing environment. And that was the moment I think I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And many years later, we did a documentary, a VH1 Rock Doc miniseries called Tanning of America: One Nation Under Hip Hop. And I got to interview Ron Howard for it and tell him this very story that he had inspired my career.
One last question for you. In 2015, you did an episode with Anthony Bourdain. Talk to me about that with the late Anthony Bourdain. Parts unknown.
We got a call from Tony's producers who said,
he was a fan.
He was coming to town and he wants you guys. He wants to meet you guys. He wants to talk to you guys. He wants you to be on the show. And he wants to go get stone crabs and a beer. And I don't drink beer. I drink whiskey, gin on occasion, but never beer. I'm just not a beer drinker or a wine drinker. But when Anthony Bourdain calls you and says, let's go have a beer, you have a fucking beer with Anthony Bourdain. It was an incredible experience, an incredible conversation. It's always when you meet people in celebrities, so to speak. It's always interesting to see the difference between the persona and the person. And there was just one Anthony Bourdain. He was the same guy that you knew and traveled the world with. That's literally what people did. Traveled the world with him and experienced the world through his eyes. And it was incredibly flattering that he would think of us. When he came to Miami, that we would be part of those travels and part of that experience and most importantly, part of that perspective. Because that's what the show really did. It gave you perspective on different people in different parts of the world and over food or beer or, in this case, stone crabs and beer, and it was I mean, that's something I'll always be incredibly, incredibly proud of.
And on that day you drank beer?
I did. I had a beer with Anthony Bourdain. I would not mind if that was on my tombstone.
Billy Corbin, thanks for your time. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We were consuming so much product that at times I had to go to the black market to purchase these products. And I would purchase it from Oogie.
Oogie would get his drugs from a Brazilian guy in Kendall, which is a suburb of Miami, who would basically concoct testosterone in his garage. That was a big source for Oogie. He was a resourceful guy. He was sort of your typical street dealer who could get what you needed if you couldn't find it.
Oogie referred a patient named Yuri Sukar to me. I had no idea who he was. He put in his occupation personal assistant or something like that, but not to whom. Every visit, this guy would wear this Yankee paraphernalia, He had a World Series ring on. I couldn't ignore that thing. It was huge. I tell him, do you have anything to do with the Yankees? And he says, yeah, my cousin's in the Yankees and I'm his personal trainer. My cousin wants to meet with you. And I went to Tampa. It was a boutique hotel in Tampa. He knocked on the door, and when the door was open, it was A-Rod. It was Alex. The first words out of his mouth was, I want whatever Manny was taking. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know why Manny pissed dirty, but he knew how Manny performed and played. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, he could care less that Manny got caught. He could care less, he just wants the juice.
Screwball, from award-winning director Billy Corben, has a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and is available on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Apple TV.
Hi, this is Michael Anthony Alago, music executive, photographer, author, and you are listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.
Taking us to hour 2 of Rainbow Country. One of my original tracks, Different Love, that went top 17.
you can depend and never worry. 'Cause what we're all looking for.
Hi, this is Police Constable Danielle Botno, also known as LGBT Cop, and you're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Terra.
This is Hour 2 of Rainbow Country, where I feature music from LGBT artists, independent artists, plus voices that you know and love in classic disco, classic 80s, classic house. So if you stay with me, if you stick with me, I hope you think I'm bringing you music worth hearing. Starting us off, a 3-song 80s set.
been there before. Yeah, there's something in the air that's never been there before. You can call it love if you want to. There's something warm inside you. Call it love. Yeah, you can call it love if you want to. I've never felt this way about anything before. But once inside you builds and leaves me wanting more. There's something in your heart that keeps me by your side. Yeah, there's something in your soul that's impossible to hide. You can call it love if you want to. There's something warm inside you. Call it love. You can call it love if you want to. Call it love. Feeling warm when I'm beside you. If I fall asleep, don't ever wake me 'cause I'm always warm. When I'm beside you, there's no better place for me to be. Call it love. Well, you can call it love if you want to. Call it love. There's something warm inside you. Call it love. You can call it love if you want to. Call it love. There's something warm inside you. Call it love. You can call it love if you want to. Call it love. It hits hard, no doubt, when the truth lies there like that. So unashamed, unstained, I never lied.
Lust for Love, Call It Love. In the House, a 3-song 80s set featuring 80s group, Canadian 80s group, Images in Vogue. Coming up next, a 3-song pop set.
Drop dead. Drink the poison, wait for you to die. Drink the poison, wait for you to die.
You mistake my weak for kind. Try to get inside my mind. Take a number, get in line. You're not the sharpest in the shed. All of the cards are in my deck, so play with someone else instead. Thinking about this poison taking space up in my head, and I keep going back for more. You're not a friend, you're just a threat. Now you got me drinking, trying to forget. Spending all my time rethinking, wishing you dropped it. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's my own fault. Hit the asphalt, you're no longer by my side. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. Little baby, don't you sweat. How can I make sure your needs are met? Is there something I can get you? Just kidding, drop dead. But who does all this punish? All this hate that's in my head. I wanna pin this all on you. You're not a friend, you're just a threat. Now you got me drinking, trying to forget. Spending all my time rethinking, wishing you dropped it. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's my own fault, hit the asphalt, you're no longer by my side. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die.
You did the crime, did the time. You're like poison on my mind. Can't even think about the ways that you've been wasting all my time. Can't even think about the days that I would even call you mine. Can't even think about it as cyanide. Now I treat you like bleach, and my trust you gon' breach. And I think about the ways you suck like a leech. Got a line in the sand, like a sign on the land. I'm divine at command. Understand?
It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. It's my own fault, hit the asphalt, you're no longer by my side. It's like I drink the poison, wait for you to die. Wait for you to die. Drink the poison, wait for you to die. I lie awake at night, no sugar plums are on my mind. Been caught up in lost dreams, a future love is out of sight. I know that destiny will always try and set me free, but what I can't contain, there's 7 different sides to me. My mother's on the phone. You really need to meet someone. You worry about yourself. I'm waiting for resolve to come. Thinking about yesterday. Better fucking memories. Can't use up thoughts this way. There's 7 different parts of me. I can't move till my sides of me. I can make myself like your friends. 7 different sides of me. I might wanna make plans for 2. 7 different sides of me. I can't keep this up for you. 7. For now, love's on hold, even if it's left for cold. I want to barricade, I can't give up, I won't be told. Forget what reason says, life with no love's no life at all. Guilty, guilty, what to say, there's 7 different sides to me. I can move till my heart mends. 7 different sides to me. I can make myself like your friends. 7 different sides to me. I might wanna make plans for 2. 7 different sides to me. I can't keep this up for you. 7, 7, 7. Different sides of me. I can make myself like your friends. 7 different sides of me. I might wanna make plans for 2. 7 different sides of me. I can't keep this up for you. 7 different sides of me. I can move till my heart mends. 7 different sides of me. I can make myself like your friends. 7 different sides of me. I might wanna make plans for 2. 7 different sides of me. I can't keep this up for you. 7 different sides of me. Before you leave home alone, before you leave what you have known, before you enter this cruel world, before you're hurt by what you've heard, know that it's not all that you think. And kids like us won't always win, because we're different from the rest. And kids like us, we are repressed. Your story's no one's but your own. A private tale you never told. A dirty secret in your mind. A truth you'll never leave behind. You know yourself and who you are. You're beautiful behind the scars. You love your family and your art. You'll never hide away your heart. I'll never let them kill my gay heart. My gay heart. I'll never let them steal my gay heart. My gay heart. I've come this far with what I've known. I made a start all on my own. I'll never let them kill my gay heart. My gay heart. Don't get discouraged, keep your hope. Don't let somebody tell you no. Don't be taken by self-doubt. Don't underestimate your wealth, because behind appearances, we're all bound by common threads. And if you look beyond the wall, you'll find that God will love us all. Your story's no one's but your own. A private tale you never told. A dirty secret in your mind. A truth you'll never leave behind. You know yourself and who you are. You're beautiful behind the scars. You love your family and your art. You'll never hide away your heart. I'll never let them kill my gay heart. My gay heart. I'll never let them steal my gay heart. My gay heart. I've come this far with what I've known. I made a start all on my own. I'll never let them kill my gay heart. My gay heart. never let them steal my gay heart, my gay heart. I've come this far with what I've known. I made a start all on my own. I'll never let them kill my gay heart, my gay heart.
7 different sides. My Gay Heart and Poison, a 3-song pop set featuring Canadian artist Corey Stewart. For more on Stewart, CoreyStewart.com. Up next, a 3-song alternative set.
Can't help but move. I'm lost in sensation and I lose my cool. I'm under your spell. Felt you plant a seed inside my garden, sitting on the floor of your apartment. Wanna cut a rug in the heat of the summer. Now I play it loud with the windows down and it goes on. You're something that I can't ignore. And here we are under the moon. I'm a weeping willow still in bloom. And I didn't account for the soil. Couldn't say it outright. Thought you leave, you cloud out, planted feet. You burn blue, you burn me if I love you, yeah. Now I wonder if we get involved, would have messed it up, would we evolve? Why we gotta be this way? Why we gotta be so careful? Spending eternity trying to get on your level. You're so lush, I'd risk it all for your touch. For a night I'm disheveled, and there's something here I can't pretend. You water me, I water you. Yeah. Don't think we could reach the end, but we could shout into the void. I'ma keep you inside, next to me. I said it twice, I made a scene. Don't make a move, you can come through if you want to, yeah. Cause I'm wondering how you are, where you been, and I don't wanna be that way. Why we gotta be this way? Why we gotta be so careful? Spending eternity trying to get on your level. You're so lush, I'd risk it all for your touch. For a night I'm disheveled, so I'm spending eternity trying to get on your level. You're so lush, I'd risk it all for your touch. For a night I'm disheveled. You grew into the soil, my roots now filled with oil. You gnawed into my bones, and now and then there's something here I can't pretend. Not much here I can't control. If I ever find the end, knowing me my blood will boil. Spending eternity trying to get on your level. You're so lush, I risk it all for your touch. For a night I'm disheveled.
Lush, On and On, Paper Bag, a 3-song alternative set featuring Danielle Grubb, a gender non-binary artist from Dallas, Texas. Those 3 tracks are from The Fall of Jameson Roy. For all things Grubb, Danielle Grubb, you can find them on Bandcamp. Up next, a 3-song indie set.
Outstanding, outstanding, don't you think? Now stand up, commit no forfeit and no surrender. Damn this moment, God damn this motherfucker can hit. God damn this, is it the motion of it is commanding? Outstanding, outstanding. Damn this son of man, man, he got my attention. Damn this modern lover and his overall persistence. He's stepping out the shadows, he's getting up on speed. Somebody slow this mother down, there's a madman at the wheel. He swings in his head for the trap. He swoops out the counter, connects. He's bold, he's too good, it's calling me to command it. He's punctured in the ring and he's bruised out, but he still stands. Up, 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 outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. the chest bleeding out. Better than to hold for a minute. Don't wanna see my life flashing out. Fort, on s'en sort. Du fond de nos enfers et nos remords. Tant qu'on reste ensemble. We fight and we fall. We break in thousand pieces on the floor. Oh my demise, I need your sheltering arms to rise. Until you lend your hand, I'm taking my stand with one in the head with a bullet. Better than a 5 in the chest bleeding out. Better than to hold for a minute. Don't wanna see my life flashing out. Sing it to me, one in the rain. Better than withstanding the pain that I'm in. Better yet to rise up and call on you, friend. If you let me in, I'll try and try again. We crawl, stand tall. We're brave, but we can't make it on our own. Oh my demise, I need your sheltering arms to rise. Until you lend your hand, I'm taking my stand with one in the head with a bullet. Better than a 5 in the chest bleeding out. Better than to hold for a minute. Don't wanna see my life flashing out. Sing it to me, one in the rain. Better than withstanding the pain that I'm in. Better yet to rise up and call on you, friend. If you let me in, I'll try and try. I'll try and try again. If you let me in, I never had a doubt. Oh, one in the head with a bullet. Better than a 5 in the chest bleeding out. Better than to hold for a minute. If you let me in, I never had, I never had. Baby, I've been let down. You're done with this town. You wanna watch it burning up while you walk away. Baby, you can call on me even if we're distant apart. No matter what, just call me up, call me anyway. Bring your body near. Come on. Never in doubt. Some fires deserve to burn. Come and let it all out with me. Some take the fire, but some fires deserve to burn. Baby, I've been shut down. Speaking your heart, you wanna run away. It's time again. Baby, you can call on me even if we're distant apart. No matter what, just call me up, call me anyway. Bring your body near. Come on now. Never in doubt. It's okay. Some take the fire, but some flash the strikes, let the devil dance with me. Never in doubt, it's okay. Some take the fire, but some fires deserve to burn. Nobody needs, nobody needs. Some take the fire, but some fires deserve to burn. Let it all, let it all. Some take the fire, but some fires deserve to burn.
Outstanding. Try Again, and Burn. A 3-song indie set featuring Canadian artist Toulouse. And by the way, Burn is his current single, and you can find that and even more from Toulouse on Spotify. Up next, a 3-song rap set.
I'm coming for that money like elections. I'm coming for it from different directions. I'm coming for the Benjamins. Haven't worked hard if I don't see a comment. Yup, Jesse J. Married to the Benjis, man, I had to commit. I want a devil, better yet, make it known as a couple. I fell in love with the money though, Curry with the strength. Been ballin', boy, sit down on the bench. Making moves in silence, but you stand behind it. Boy, I've been finessing, caressing. Ask your girl, yeah, I keep her wet, tsunami detection. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Money call, I go and get it. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Money calls in a 7 lane. Swerving in the lane, Benjamin never disobey. Money call, yeah, I go and get it. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Stack it high to the ceiling. Benjamin doesn't disobey. Grind until I hurt, but I do it anyway. A youngin' with a vision and a dream. Cream. Yup. Cash rules everything around me. When the money call, I go and get it. Moving heavyweight. I ain't talking about the fitness, boy, I'm sick. Got a dope flow, but there's no cannabis. Straight up callous hours. Boy, I'm here ready to eat, ready to devour. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Money call, I go and get it. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Money calls in a 7 lane. Swerving in the lane, but your man never disobey. Money call, yeah, I go and get it. Swerving in the lane on the way to get paid. Stack it high to the ceiling. Stack it to the ceiling. When you see me, you be yielding. And I keep you in your feelings. It's appealing. I'm a triple threat, boy, a buzzer beater. Swerving in my lane, whipping it insane. Call your girl, I'm on the way with the bad puppet tags. I ain't worried about that. Shopping sprees, you and me. And don't forget the Benji. Keep it looking good. There's something that you can't do. Been ballin', boy, you feel it back in 72. Swerving in the lane on the way to get
Y'all ain't ready.
24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm in it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm in it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm in it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm in it full time. The beats is bad flowing, overloading these bars like the penitentiary. I started this when I was 16. Money on my mind, so it's time to unleash a lyrical beast. Hitting these beats, I call it lyrical feast. Bandit leave you at least 6 feet deep. Paper chasing, chilling with Franklin 43. So there's no pacing. On my grind, 24/7. If you miss a day, dawg, then there's no relations. Grinding hard, but I had no type of patience. Y'all said I'd never be famous. Steady on a mission, grinding hard. Y'all ain't about to take it. I'm tired of this something stuck up the anus. There's too much money and I won't let you claim it. Green, I bang it. 24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm hitting it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm hitting it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm hitting it full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, I'm hitting it full time. Started with nothing, so now I'm making progress. Haters talking down as I take the profit over. One day from the grind I disconnect. The green I recollect, going harder than you even when you're erect. Unlocked and fully reloaded, leaving all you on the pavement and you're hopeless. I demonstrate the mind of a hustler. My mama domino. I'ma hustle till it moves heavyweight, I levitate as you hallucinate. Making money my thing, I intimidate the wickedness. I told y'all that there's too much money and I ain't splitting it. If you with it, then I'm with it. Leave the games for the bitches. Todo sobre el dinero, do you comprehend it? 24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, admitting full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, admitting full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, admitting full time. On my grind, 24/7 on my grind, yeah, admitting full time.
Y'all ain't ready.
I want to take a minute and shout out everybody who's supporting this community. LGBT, stand up. I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter? I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter? I knew when I was younger there was something a bit different. My cousin, I wanted to be a spitting in pajama. Never played around with dress up, never put on makeup. Then I hit the teen years. Tried to hide my feelings, but I knew it wasn't me. I was scared out of my mind to tell my family. Something that takes courage and a lot of bravery. I built it up and told them, then they said, what did you expect? I love you no less. I'm speaking for the ones who families leave them homeless, disowned it. Speaking for the ones who families leave them homeless, disowned it. It's not how it's supposed to be. I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter? I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter? Some people swore it was a phase, but can't you tell by the smile on my face, the sparkle in my eyes? This is me, this is my life. Can't you tell by the smile on my face, the sparkle in my eyes? This is me, this is my life. See, I'll take a stand and say it isn't wrong. That's the whole meaning behind the song. Everybody has their views, but don't let nobody take yours away from you. Girl, you wanna be with a girl, boy, you wanna be with a man, just take a stand. Girl, you wanna be with a lady, boy, you wanna be with a man, just take a stand. There's nothing to be ashamed of, as long as you feel in love. There's nothing to be ashamed of, as long as you feel in love. I felt like no one understand until I took a stand. Stand your ground, stay strong, stay beautiful. I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter? I'm writing this letter, hoping things will get better. I'm happy now, even if it's with the same gender. What's it truly matter? What's it truly matter?
This letter, 24/7, and Swervin', a 3-song rap set featuring Jazzy J. And by the way, Swervin' is Jazzy J's current single. You can find out more about this artist and even more on Spotify. Jazzy J. Don't forget to keep up to date with all things country, Rainbow Country. Follow me on socials at Mark Tara Music. Do you have a guest suggestion, maybe a show topic? Send me an email, mark@marktara.com. The podcast for Rainbow Country is available on all major platforms. The official Rainbow Country playlist is out on Spotify, and everything is hooked up at marktara.com. Finally, I want to take this time to thank you for taking your time to be with me. Remember, stay safe, stay well, stay strong.
Hi, I'm Garrett Conley, author of Boy Erased, a memoir. You're listening to Rainbow Country with Mark Tara.